Lights are installed on roof lines using socketed wire. This assembly is made up of light bulb sockets connected to 18-2 wire. This is a great design which allows each bulb to be connected directly to power. This means that if one bulb was removed from its socket, the entire run of lights would still have power. 18-2 wire is available with two thicknesses of insulation surrounding the copper. The thickest is referred to as SPT2. This is typically used on jobs with high traffic or extreme weather conditions. SPT1 is the most commonly used insulation. It is installed on both commercial and residential applications. Remember that the accessories we talk about later on must match the SPT rating of your wire. There are two main sizes of sockets in holiday lighting. An E12 base will house the smaller C7 bulb, while the E17 base will fit the C9. This wire is available in green, white, and brown. Most commonly, the sockets are spaced on every wire every 12 inches. Custom spacing is available prior to our annual spring production. Socketed wire comes in two lengths, a 120-foot stringer and a 1,000-foot roll. The 120-foot stringer is made up of a fused, factory-installed male power plug, 20 feet of bare zip cord acting as an extension cord, and 100 feet of 12-inch spaced sockets. This is good for quick plug and play applications. The 1,000-foot roll is used when each length of wire is custom cut to match the needs of the project. Let's look at this house as an example. There should be lights installed in the following areas. Each of these will get its own custom-cut wire section. The spaces between the roof sections are connected with blank 18-2 wire known as zip or lamp cord. This is the same 18-2 wire the socketed wire is made of. The socketed wire and zip cord are connected together using male and female power adapters. We'll look at these closer later on the video. Socketed wire has its power limits. We can easily run 3,000 LED bulbs from one power outlet. However, due to voltage drop, there will be no power at the 3,000-foot mark. Here is a chart showing voltage drop points on 18-2 wire on a single-phase 120-volt circuit. The circuit of amps is determined by the number of bulbs in each example. For the spacing of one bulb every 12 inches, we calculate this by the foot. Using 7-watt incandescent bulbs, there would be 113 volts available at the end of the 100-foot section of wire. At the end of 200 bulbs, there would be 94 volts, and finally, at the end of 300 bulbs, only 62 volts is available. Looking at LED, we have 119 volts at 100 feet, 117 volts at 200 feet, and 115 volts at 300 feet. Incandescent bulbs will dim more and more running on anything under 120 volts. The same applies to dimmable LED bulbs, however many are not dimmable. Depending on the manufacturer and components used, a non-dimmable LED light could shut off completely at lower voltages. We recommend not exceeding 100 feet of wire with incandescent bulbs and 200 feet with LED bulbs. Bulb sockets have two integrated spikes that pierce the 18-12 wire as it is assembled. The other side of these spikes, located inside of the socket, connect directly with the bulb. One spike connects to the bottom as shown here. The other spike connects to the side of the bulb shown here. You may experience situations where a bulb will not light up. This could be when using a clip or simply screwing in a bulb. The first thing to look is at the copper tab inside the socket. There's a possibility this is not connecting to the bulb. With the strand removed from any power sources, pry this pad upward Screw in your bulb, connect the strand to power, and see if that solves the problem. Other times, after screwing in a bulb, you may get a pop where the bulb and socket turn black. Any fuses or breakers on this line may trip during this pop. Again, look into the socket and see where the copper pad is located. Most likely it is sticking straight up rather than laying down. With the pad at this angle, the side of the bulb will be touching by both spikes at the same time. These issues are rare, but can be frustrating when experienced. Knowing this information will save time and money by knowing what is happening. In the next section, we'll learn how to attach the socketed wire to a roof line.